So I'm on top of Bear Mountain looking for a secret Cold War nuclear bunker. It's on this mountain, but I think it's on the other side. I'm trying to gain access, take a look, and explore. 20 degrees out. Beautiful view from up here. Never been up here. So guys, I'm on top of the mountain here. It's just beautiful up here, man. Took me about 25 minutes to get to the top. The bunker is somewhere over on the other side of this hill. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get access from up here. So the bunker I'm looking for was built in 1957, 1958. During the Cold War, the Air Force would use it during times of nuclear threats, and they'd have a big old war room inside there. They would have plans set out, and it said that it's 2 floors and it's 40,000 square feet. What a spot. It's right over behind me. It's on the other side of this rock. I'm trying my hardest to try to find it. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna ask a few people, give you a little more history of this place. Man, I tell you what, this is the most spectacular view locally that I've seen. I mean, when I just talked to somebody and they said, I could keep going along this trail over here, but there's not much to see as far as the bunker. If I head back down the mountain and go towards Military Road, which is a road just to the west here, you go up there and there's a trail that goes around the fence, and I might be able to at least see the bunker, and maybe there's somebody there that will let me take a little tour or something. But at least I can get a view and just see what's going on. The bunker was strategically placed there. I don't know if I mentioned that Westover Air Force Base is in Chicopee. This is in Hadley, Amherst, and I'll get closer to the hill here. The bunker was really for, I think, 200 to 300 high officials that needed to go there in case they felt threatened during the Cuban Missile Crisis. It was open for about 12 years and closed in 1970. And then the Federal Reserve took over and used it for public records. What a view. This is spectacular. Looks like a salt or sand mine down there. All right, guys, I'm determined to go at least get a view of this bunker and see what it's all about. I'm gonna grab a little bit of water before I head back down this hill. It's gonna take me another 25 minutes to get back down, and let's go explore. I love exploring these places, especially new places I've never been before. It's a little nerve-wracking at first, but what a good way to start the new year. Happy New Year. One wrong step could really get you hurt down here. I don't have spikes on. I have the nice Hokas on with good grip, but it's very icy. Sometimes you think the hard part is going up, but in the winter, going down is the tough part. Still making my way down, going to Military Road. Gonna find a nice spot down there and get some grub. Road is right below me. See you in a minute. So yeah, very icy. Definitely recommend wearing some ice cleats up along those trails, which I didn't bring, but it's barely 20 degrees, guys. And up here, the sun is on the other side. This side of the mountain don't get any sun right now, so it is an ice rink up there. I'm headed towards the gate where I think the bunker is. We're gonna go around and see if we can see some details. I think I see the hill to the bunker itself. That gate is. Does look to be locked up. So I'm along the fence. Just over here is the bunker. We're gonna get closer. Looks like there's some bike trails here. We're getting closer. How exciting. It's 2 p.m. It's not too chilly when you're moving around. It's nice and cozy. Yeah, another hill. Oh, okay. This is cool, man. I'm gonna go down a little farther in the sun and set up, talk with you guys. It'll be a better view down there. Still along the fence. I'm not gonna be able to go actually into the fence line. I don't wanna trespass, but we'll get a good view. This may be the best vision. You can see the entrances right there. Earlier in the video, we were on the other opposite side of this rock. I saw that tower I saw that tower. I don't know if you guys can see it through here. See it? Yeah, I could see it over on that side. So good thing I didn't come back down that way. Good thing I turned around. But this trail leads right around here into there. Oh, look at that dead tree, boy. Oh, tempting. Tempting. I don't know if I can fit through here. Very strategically placed right underneath and behind Bear Mountain. Very secret. A bottom floor down underground. Another up top here. Cool bike ramp. Many trails out here. So I guess the bunker now is owned by the local Amherst College. They use it as a book facility. I guess the temperature inside the building stays perfect for the books to stay in good health. So I guess you can take tours of the bunker, which obviously there's no military stuff in there anymore, but it's just cool history behind it. So maybe someday I'll be able to go in there and check it out. I'm gonna go find a quiet area here in the sun and cook up my late lunch. Thanks to you guys, it's biscuits and gravy. While my cup of water is boiling, show you guys what I brought today. The biscuits and gravy. Home style biscuits and gravy, Ready Wise. Thanks for everybody that voted on the channel yesterday. All you do is add hot water, let it sit in here for about 10 minutes. And then I've always wanted one of these, or I've always wanted to try one of these. I know the Walmart ones they have, never tried those, maybe in the future, but I've been looking for the actual military ones because that's what we used to use when I was stationed in Washington. We'd eat those all the time, and but I couldn't find them yesterday. I went to Ocean State, I went to a couple other spots, but I'm gonna have to order some. I love those ones. I wanted to incorporate that in this channel, being a military type video, but all right, let's get this started. Smells good. Smells like gravy. The sun just went down over Bear Mountain behind me. Getting the foldable spork out. Gonna give that about 7-10 minutes. Hear a woodpecker over there. So I was actually, 2006, 2010, I was actually enlisted in the Navy. I did my training at Great Lakes, 2006, and I didn't have much going for me at home. I grew up in Vermont. My parents divorced when I was real young. We moved back to Vermont. Went to college, played football for a little while, didn't like that, so the military was like a last resort for me. And I wanted to be a search and rescue swimmer, so I did training for that in boot camp and ended up training throughout the summer before I went to boot camp in the summer, and I found that the training was super hard, and I ended up reclassifying as a Master at Arms. So I dropped that program, search and rescue swimmer, and became a police officer in the Navy. I went to MA school to learn my job as a police officer. I went to Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. Was there for a few months. And from there, I did pretty well in my class. And I ended up getting orders to Rota, Spain, which is the southern tip of Spain. Was there for 2 years. I did patrol on base, getting a little windy. I did patrol on base, pulled Spanish people over for not stopping, and did some random anti-terrorism measures on base, worked the waterfront, and I was a duty armor for a while. And from there, I met someone, a good friend on base. He had just transferred to Spain from Guantanamo Bay, and he used to tell me stories all the time about his time there, what he did. He did detainee operations. So when it was my time up for orders, I decided to go to Guantanamo Bay for the remainder of my contract. So I went to Gitmo from Spain. I spent time in Gulfport, Mississippi for some training, and then from there took a jet and flew over to Washington State, where I learned how to guard suspected terrorists. From there, I took another jet down to Florida, Miami, and then took a ferry to Guantanamo Bay, or a small flight to Guantanamo Bay, and then a ferry from Guantanamo Bay over to the detention facility. I was there, I did detainee operations for a year and a half at Camp 4 and Camp 6 and the mental hospital. I actually worked at all the camps. After that year and a half I was there, they moved me to transportation, and I would move detainees around from appointment to appointment, from camp to camp, and that was quite the experience. I saw a lot while I was in the Navy. When I was in Spain, I wanted to do something a little bit more exciting, so that's why I took orders to Guantanamo Bay. I wouldn't change anything for the world. I have lots of stories from both places, more so from Guantanamo Bay, which they tell you not to really talk about much, and you shouldn't be saying anything, but maybe in the future I'll let some of the stories out. But I'm here clicking the spork as I tell my story, so you might have heard that. I'm gonna give this a few more minutes and try the home-style biscuits and gravy. If you stayed this long, I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. If you like outdoor adventure stuff, this is what I do. This came out amazing, guys. Look at this. Oh. Let's go. It's amazing. little crunchy actually. Let it sit for a minute. The bunker actually had a few different names. The bunker, post command control facility, the notch, and believe it or not, when we leave here, I'll show you. Military Road is actually in a movie, and it's called Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson. And Mel Gibson's actually, I think it's an older movie. He's a Boston detective, and he sees his daughter murdered in front of him, and the government is corrupt, and he goes after the corrupt officers, and there's a scene where he chases the officers, and the bunker here, right up here in the front here, in Military Road, was actually in the movie. I'll actually show it to you here. I seen the movie years ago. It's actually a pretty good one. Not a huge fan of Mel Gibson, but it was a pretty good movie. I think the best part about being in the Navy, for me, was the amount of good guys and girls that I met along the way. A lot of my good friends I met while I served, and you build that trust and camaraderie. It's like nothing. Like you never find it in the civilian world. I mean, of course I have good friends, but nothing like the people you get close to in the military. Definitely I learned a lot of discipline and hard work, and you learn a lot about yourself and how far you can push yourself mentally. I know when I was in Cuba, mentally it was exhausting, you know. We worked almost every single day. I might have had a Sunday off every couple months, but it was a grind, you know. You're doing detainee operations, you're watching detainees 12 hours a shift, just walking the tier and making sure that they're safe, making sure that you're safe and the team is safe. And yeah, I remember when I first wanted to join, my father told me not to do it, how scared he was. And as a parent now, I understand like what he was probably feeling. He was nervous for me, you know. He didn't want to lose me in any way, but it's probably the best choice I've ever made in my life. That was the best MRE that I've had since I've been out of the military. Recommend home style biscuits and gravy. I thought I might need more water, but it turned out to be perfect. A cup of water, I guess, is perfect. I'm gonna clean up and have my brewski 0% brewski, if I can find a bottle opener. So I've been here around a half hour or so. Look at that, baby's frozen. It's cold out. Cheers. Not getting any. Might not happen. I get a stick. I opened my bottle on that fence and the cap went down in there. Unfortunately, I can't get to it. I don't like littering. I might try to get it with a stick, but I like to drink this beer if I can get to it. Skunky. Heineken 0.0. To a new year, ladies and gentlemen. That whole entire time, with this wind blowing and everything, I was sitting underneath this dead tree. How smart is that? At any point, deadfall could come down and hit me. I tell you what, the things I do sometimes. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a white flagpole right above my glove there. It's an old flagpole. Oh, it's hard to see. These barbed wire fences are very interesting. Old school. They tilt outwards. No going up and around that. The bunker, the notch. Interesting security camera up there, old school. And a security box, entryway. Look at that. So yeah, that movie I was telling you guys about earlier, there's a scene right over here that I showed you, and they chase him all the way down here, down Military Road, all along here, down to the first gate, the main gate. This is the second gate. Old storage box. And there's the main gate. They were driving down here, chasing the cops down this way. Mel Gibson. America. I do want to thank everybody that is in the military as well. We're thinking about you. Happy New Year, men and women. And I thank you guys for watching. That's gonna do it for this one. Hope you stuck to the end. This was a really fun trip today. I had a blast, and I hope you stick around, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week on a next adventure, wherever that is. Goodbye.